Collective Esports. Today, we have Gunna and Craze with you. I'm Diamondback. With me is Jupiter. Jupe, how you doing today, my man?
I'm good. How you doing, boss?
I am here. I'm ready for a solid match as we're headed to my personal favorite map in this map pool, Coastline. We are just waiting for both squads to get a couple more readies, and then we will get started. Apologies for being a little late. We did have a couple of rehosts in our last map. We are running a tad bit behind, but do not worry. The action in this game will make up for it as we do have Gunna and Craze coming out here. We are seeing a bunch of readies up, so we are going to go ahead and get right on into it here on Coastline. Now, Jupiter, you've been playing this for a while. You're a competitive player. What kind of bands are you thinking are going to come out here for these teams?
I wouldn't say a hard breacher because this is a map where hard breachers aren't really necessary. So maybe someone with soft destruction or a Blackbeard, maybe. And then the Echo, maybe a Smoke. From last game, Jackal.
Jackal off the board quick, and Coastline's already a hard map to roam on, and the Jackal just makes it even harder. So it only makes sense that you take that just hard roam denial off the board really, really early. A Blitz ban coming out. That is a pretty significant ban, as it still does leave the Montaigne on the board. Montaigne is stronger of the two shield operators for competitive play, in my opinion, but Blitz still a very, very efficient fragger and can just wreak havoc on roamers with how Coastline works and that kind of that square runaround, just how it functions with that terrace in the middle. A Lesion ban coming out. Now, Lesion becoming more popular in the ban phase, and it's hard to see why not. Goo Mines off the board, solid SMG. Goo Mines can do so much. They can help you roam. They can give you information on where attackers come from. They can deny plants. They can deny rushes onto the site. It's an all-around great operator. A Capkin ban. No traps ever on the board. Get all of our trap operators out of here.
Gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen a Capcam ban.
I don't think I have either. That is definitely a unique ban coming out. We are going to see, this is the Lion. It has been left on the board. Gunna will elect to take that Lion. A Doc coming out from Skittles, and Godly on the vigil for Craze. And we are going to be heading to the Pent Theater. Now, normally teams don't choose to go Pent Theater with their first defense, right? Am I crazy here? Normally it's hookah billiards.
Oh, definitely.
We'll see a six-pick from the Smoke onto the Mirror from Splatty. And Wilkies, I believe that's how you pronounce that, will flip onto the Thermite, potentially for getting that outer theater wall. Now, I'm very interested to see where this Mira gets these black mirror cameras, because it can be so crucial. Mira is not an operator that is particularly strong on Clubhouse, but she is strong on this side. You can have a really great Mira setup to deny just about everything in that penthouse area from the theater, and the theater can be just hard reinforced off from the outside, which I'd assume is why they Gunna brought the Thermite. Thermite is a really good operator to have if you're trying to get that open, but on all of the other sites, not really too terribly useful. It does look like both black mirrors being used on that side, as Wilkies will take down Godly, who attempted to spawn peek. And that's your Thermite already getting into the action extremely early. And an operator off the board for Craze almost immediately, as the rest of everyone will attempt to set up the site. It does look like it is not going to be that part of a roam setup, as the Doc is playing on site. The Echo is peeking in down 90 hallway. Does have some Echo drones out there, but still a very big hit for Gunna coming out first. charge raining down into the bathroom. Shabazz on top. I'm going to call him Shabazz. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce that. He's Shabazz now, peeking that big window on the Blackbeard. Just, the round has slowed down a little bit, but we're still barely out of the first minute. We have already seen a Vigil frag. There is some damage on the Thermite as he is going to, looks like he's going to be reaching that VIP wall. The first Lion scan will go out. It detects a couple, but not all, as the Thermite of Wookiees still playing a little cautiously on this wall. Wise, you're the hard breacher. You definitely don't want to die. Does he see this Jaeger hiding inside VIP, though? The second Lion scan will go out, but to no effect. The dog has not been spotted out. Spawn will take out the Echo. That's a huge operator off the board. Ace will take down Wookiees, so Taken Soul immediately refrags. And it does look like the last two operators for Craze are going to be hanging out here in the pin house. There's still a C4 for denial. There are still some docks, but there is a Lion scan on the board. The Thermite's down, so there's only a couple ways where the attack can go through. But even so, it's looking like a great start for Gunna on this coastline attack. Slaxo will be planting this diffuser right in that kind of default spot in the pink house. And it's just not looking good for Craze as the diffuser is down. Spawn people down, Snake down, Splatty. And the Doc looks to dock himself back up, but Spawn is going to come through with a 3K on that round on the Lion. A really, really fast attack for Gunna. Jupe, they're heading to Blue Sunrise, heading to double bars this time. Is this the change-up that Craze needs, or should they have stayed on the upstairs bomb sites?
I feel like if they go upstairs, they're just gonna adapt to it and bring vertical playing operators. I feel like, well, which they are going back upstairs now. I feel like if they should bring like a pulse and go downstairs. They shouldn't spawn peek. They should just have that roam game, because attackers just got into VIP and we're just getting kills from people in sight or in the hallway right outside of sight way too quick. So they need people roaming instead of spawn peeking.
Definitely, and it does look like their choices will reflect that, as we are going to see the 6-pick from the Vigil onto the Valkyrie. Valkyrie is such a good intel gathering operator, and there is not an IQ being brought from the offense, so those black eye cams, especially on a map with a lot of colors and maybe some dark spots like Coastline, can be very hard to spot out. My personal, on a personal level, Valkyrie is probably my favorite operator to roam with on the site. She can do just so much for you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially with how many hidden cams you can have looking into sight from the hallways and stuff.
Definitely. Craze taking out a couple of those drones there. That is a lot gone for Gunna, as it does look like they are setting a flank drone in lobby and maybe not spawn peeking. One other change that we do see here is we see Shabazz on that Twitch, and the Twitch drone taken out immediately. A huge win for the defense early in the round. But there is still an F2 on the board. Now, a lot has always been said about the F2, and about how now that it has the ACOG and not the R4C, it's the strongest attacking gun in the game. And I'm just kind of curious to see if you agree there.
Honestly, I think Thermite's gun. Because it has no recoil, and it hits like a truck. You just need to hit your shots, and it's perfect. It doesn't matter which sight you have, there's no recoil at all. And there's really nothing bad about it. It's like 4 bullets to down someone.
Definitely true. We are seeing Taken Soul take out Skittles as he attempts to pop the black mirror. We'll take out the player playing on that mirror. Splatty playing with that FG9 with the impacts in there. Not necessarily a bad setup, as it's just a lot more planting on. But Taken Soul is still just hanging out there on this bug, taking out the mirrors. Ace will take a Shabazz. That is your Twitch off the board, that F2 we were talking about. No more impact on this match. Slaxa onto Ace, though. We do have a player down. Splatty will take it out Slaxa, but Taken Soul will refrag that ever-present Lion still on the board for spawn peek. And if they're going to take down an operator at the beginning, this is the operator that you have to take down. You need this Lion off the board if you're going to make a push. Some damage going down onto that Valkyrie in the hall, but Spawn Peak does take some damage too. He will back off, take a murder hole, take its soul, refragging onto that area. Very, very good team play coming out from Gunna. The ADS puts a frag grenade, moving in with that skeleton key. Does miss a couple of shots, but so does Tiamat, and Tiamat will take down Take It Soul, but he's in such a bad position with the plant going down. It's looking desperate for Craze yet again, and Spawn Peak will take down Tiamat, and that is another round for Gunna on the board. And once again, strong Lion play coming out. Now, Lion definitely reworked, still a very strong operator, but not what he was.
Oh, definitely not.
It does look like we're heading... Definitely not. It does look like we're heading down to the kitchen service area, and maybe this is the change-up that Craze needs. Maybe they roam a little bit heavily or in VIP to try and take out some of that vertical play that just devastated them. It does look like Spawn Peak is going to be 6-picking off of the Lion onto the IQ, potentially the deal from the Echo drones that will come out from Tiamat, and that's also going to help him spot Godly as he does activate that CR7 cloaking device on Vigil. The Maestro coming out too from Ace. A quick reminder, both plant denial anchors, the Echo and the Maestro, unbanned, usable for both sides, as Craze frankly are going to attempt to stop the bleed this round. Now Jupiter, they're going to need to gain some vertical control of the key on the side, specifically who has control of this VIP area and that little white pouch sitting up there. How would you defend that?
Well, my team personally, what we do is we have someone sitting towards billiards, and we let them have control of VIP. And we'll have a Valk cam up there. We'll have at least 2 people with C4s, like a Pulse or a Valk, or, you know, anyone with a C4. And then we'll give the call out, wait for them to sit still or drone, and then we blow them up. And then that roamer retakes control of the site upstairs, or the VIP upstairs.
Still a huge spot that both teams are going to be fighting over. We are seeing Take It Soul holding this upside down angle that is so hard to shoot people out of Shabazz. On this Zofia, still pushing in heavily. Some heavy fragging operators. 5 really strong primary weapons out here for Gunna, who have played so strongly throughout this match. Now, Craze can still stop the bleeding. This is a site that will be very, very easy to do so on. The kitchen service entrance far more defendable than people think, especially with a mute on the board. A lot of intel denial, which is kind of been the thing that shoots Craze in the foot. It always seems like Gunna knows where they are, just basically taking intel, like right there. Shabazz just taking out Splatty with the pre-fire. Undoubtedly saw him on a drone or with his team that are pushing in through that service corridor. Godly will take down Slacks, that's your Ash off the board, but Wilkies will refrag onto Ace. That's your Maestro down. The Echo is the only hard ankle left. Skittles will try onto Shabazz. We're in a 3v3 scenario. Spawn Peak just hanging out here in blue bar. Take It Soul, throwing a grenade, will get caught by the ADS, but peeking up into this Echo. Wilkies takes down Godly, but Tiamat refrags onto Take It Soul, who was down earlier. 2v2 situation. Diffuser still in the hands of Wilkies. A potential main lobby into that service entrance. Thermite charge going off. Will go off. That will be breached. There are still the Echo drones on the board, so there is plant denial. Located. Gunna, or Spawn Peak, excuse me, still just poking at this kitchen entrance, taking out the barb. They're gonna be taking that peek in. Some shots ring out as Wilkins who frag Tiamat. That's your Echo gone, and it's looking very, very desperate for skills as Wilkins will be planting the diffuser. Does take down Wilkins. That's the diffuser down, and all he has to do is back off, but Spawn Peak will push in, and the IGL of Gunna getting that all too important one-on-one frag as Skittles attempts to reposition. Good shots through the bars there on that 5.52 commando that just hits like an absolute truck.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Thermite got that kill, wouldn't that have been the ace?
It might have been the ace. Actually, I don't think so. I think Taken Soul got a frag here and there, as it does look like Shabazz is going to be going onto the Buck. Taken Soul will be moving onto the Habana, so double hard breach being brought this time for Kitchen Service, as Wookiees is top fragging 4-2-2, but Spawn Peak hasn't died. He's 5-1-0, and the top frag for Craze is Ace in a 2v3, and he's playing Maestro. It's not looking good for Craze right now. They can still bring it back. They still have plenty of defensive sites that are going to be strong, but the way that Gunna is playing right now with this Lion, they're going to be very, very tough to beat.
Oh yeah, but anything can happen, so just have to see.
Incredibly true. We do see Splatty bringing out the castle, maybe taking out a little. He's going to negate a little bit of that soft destruction. You have breaching charges on the IQ, and the frag grenades from the Buck can still take down this castle barricade. So not necessarily like a death knell for Gunna in terms of the operator select screen, but still really strong play. I think this might be the change they needed, as Splatty does look like he's just reinforcing off these couple walls, and he's going to force at the very least, he's going to force a little bit of utility out, which is better than just having those spots just able to be opened almost immediately. He will reinforce off of those toilets with the castle, and we are going to see our 4th round start. Craze attempting to stop the bleeding, as Gunna will advance. Just Spawn Peak's going to take out Godly immediately. No idea where that was from. Where's Godly? Where's Spawn Peak? I believe he just took him out, running out. Tiamat will get another frag onto Shabazz. We're going to go back and stop looking for that. Ace will get a frag on the Taken Soul. This might have been what Craze needed. The castle barricade slowing down just enough and providing a little bit of barrier for these anchors on the site, to where they're able to get the man advantage for, if I recall correctly, the first time in this game.
I think you're right there. We'll see what they do with the man advantage, though.
Very true. Slaxon moving in, spots out the Valkyrie cam, taking it out. It'll be gone eventually. You got an IQ on it, it's fine. Whatever. Take a few extra bullets. You have 203 more. Who's gonna miss a couple of those? And watch, as I say that, he's probably going to like. It's gonna be a struggle for. We are gonna see this quarter wall go up. This is a nice placement. Gunna are going to be in a very strong position. The synchronized breaching charges are going to take out the castle and that reinforced 90 hallway wall, as Wookiees will push down into service. He does not spot out the player playing in the bathroom, that Jaeger just hiding out there, and it does look like a 4-man anchor or soft anchor out from Craze, who are attempting to stop the bleeding right now. Some shots ring out. Spawn Peak will take some damage. No damage onto the castle though. And with about a minute left, looking at the trade with Slacks and Spawn Peak. That's sliding down a 2v2. Spawn Peak's just moving in, but Ace on the Alda. Just going to put Spawn Peak down finally. And Tiamat will take down Witness. That's the first round for Craze on the board. Nice plays coming out from the double hard anchors. Tiamat pushing into that hallway, getting that headshot on the last alive. Good play out from Craze, who look to have stopped the bleeding so far.
Oh yeah, I think this is gonna really help with the momentum and possibly put more rounds up on the board.
Definitely, and it's always, when you get a kind of rush like that by a Lion, it can be a little bit disorienting. You don't really know what's going on, and to counter that, you just need to calm down. You gotta calm down. You gotta play your game, and it looks like that's what Craze is doing. They're anchoring down on the site. They're giving up a little bit of roam clear, but the castle also meant that they could safely hold the bathroom too. So you have spots to retreat. You have rotates in the site. Just solid play all throughout. Solid strategy, and that time their gun duels won out. The Alda on that Maestro from Ace is so unbelievably good. It's a strong gun all around.
Oh yeah.
We will be heading into Hookah Billiards. Ace looking like he's going to plant that evil eye right down there in the corner of Hookah. We're getting a lot of bar. Just an absolute see barbed wire down in the hookah. Some ADS is going down as well. And hookah billiards, probably the site that is most played in this game, or some would consider to be the strongest defensive site. You have a lot of rotates. You can hold it from the cool vibe stairs. You don't necessarily have to play on hookah or billiards. You can hold this from outstairs. You can hold it from this little caddy corner right here. You can hold from aqua, which is a pretty strong position in of itself with the ability to run out to some Valkyrie cams outside. Now, Craze did bring the alibi in lieu of the Valkyrie, and while I don't necessarily disagree with that, I don't necessarily agree with that position, there's a reason why they brought it. There's a reason why it's being played. There are still 2 Prismas on the board, so it looks like it's going to be used for some late round little cheeky shenanigans, as it does look like Gunna are going to be very quickly taking control of VIP balcony, and just a solid strat. Shabazz takes on Splatty really early. That's your Doc off the board. No more stim pistols. A spawn peek, and Wilkies push in and are going to breach this VIP wall as the Lion charge will go off. No denial on that. It does look like Tiamat has damage. He attempts to peek the big window and retreat back into that aquarium bar. And it does look like a couple players might be trapped now, as that VIP wall going up within a minute might spell doom for them here.
Oh yeah, most definitely, because like you see now, the IQ can just hold those long angles like that and cut off any rotation between sight, going into the hallway from sight.
And that's Gunna with the frag on the aces. Tiamat will refrag him though, and that might be what you needed. That's the Lion off the board. Taken Soul still on this Blackbeard all the way out here, just raining damage in on the Echo, and with 2 players at less than half. And even though Shabazz is taking a little bit of damage, it's really looking like this is going to be Gunna's round. Godly will take down Shabazz, but he is still on half health. The future still in the hands of the attack, as shots just rain down into billiards from VIP. That long angle being open is so good. Taken Soul will refrag Skittles, who took down Wilkies, and Taken Soul just doing so much damage from out here, just in the ruins. This is a precarious spot for Slaxa though, as he is the only attacker in the objective and could very easily get pinched here. Does have the diffuser. The Godly is on the site, so there's no real room for him to roam. He can't really push out onto him, but still Slaxa's a little bit exposed here. Blackbeard spotted on the camera, a small amount of chip damage going down to him. The MX4 Storm, just not a high damage gun, high rate of fire though. Taken Soul with a Blackbeard frag onto Godly, and that is hookah control for Gunna. Slaxa will get the flank onto Tiamat through Aqua, and it is over. That's another round for Gunna, who played the 2v2 about as well as you can. Slaxa backed off, waited for his help from Taken Soul, and they just Blackbearded it out. Got the frags, got the guns, didn't even have to plant the bomb to win the round.
Exactly, but that could have went completely different if Alibi hit her shots, or someone before her. They have good strats. They just need to land their shots, and we could see a much closer score than what we have right now.
Definitely, and it is going to be Gunna Spawn Peak top fragging for Gunna with an 8-1-2. Ace has stepped his game up. He's going to be playing on that Vigil now. He's at 4-2-4, and at 5-4, Tiamat is the only Craze player at above a .500 kill to death. While it does look like nearly every single member except for Shabazz and Slaxa are above that .500 range for Gunna. Just such strong frags coming out from the Gunna side, especially from Spawn. A 4.0 kill to death ratio, Jupiter, it doesn't just happen.
No, it doesn't.
People don't just walk in front of your gun and it's like, oh, there's a person here. You're having to work for at least some of those kills.
Wall secured!
Yeah, I don't think anyone gets that lucky.
Nobody, and if you did, I mean, buy at least 5 lotto tickets. I'm not condoning gambling, but man, if you're that lucky, might as well,
yeah. You never know, man. You might as well.
You do never know. As you will see Ace on a little bit of a spawn peek, trying to get that pixel through Sunrise. Let's see what he can do with it. Does choose to back off, as early peeking has been the downfall of this Craze team in many a round. They have put themselves at a huge disadvantage in at least 2 of the rounds coming out. Slacks with a couple of preemptive shots, and still Gunna on, spawn peek again. I gotta stop doing that. Spawn peek on this Lion has been so effective with a nice sneaky little drone VIP. Will drone out the Bandit at 90. Gonna finish up a drone of the VIP lounge. Taking Soul just getting his drone into the billiards, as the site is Penthouse Theater. Let's see what Shabazz can do this grenade. The Wokies will take down Slacks. A little bit of a team coming out. Not a little bit, a lot of a team will also take out Godly. Spawn peek, with a frag onto Ace. And it's going to be, once again, the Lion skins coming out, as the Lion strats are so strong right now. Your Bandits off the board. There will be no tricking. The VIP wall, that sucker's gone. It's going up. And now you have the drop in through the bathroom hatch. The drone coming out is not looking good through the defense, as shots will be out through that door. A lot of damage done, but a dock still on the board will mean that those players are still going to be picked up. But it does look like all of Craze are kind of pinned here in the theater. Skittles will take out Soul, the refrag, but Wilkie's is planting the diffuser. Shabazz with the frag onto Splatty. Tiamat not able to take this down. The plant does go down, and we are in a desperate retake situation. Skittles pushing the VIP, sees the Claymore, can't push through. Shabazz takes on Tiamat, and it's all on Skittles. Will take down Spawn Peek as he nearly pushes forward, but the Claymore decides better. Will go to the hallway. Going to reload his primary weapon. There's a sea of barbed wire and 2 members of Gunna in between him and the diffuser. 50 HP, but has knocked the sledge down very low. A lot of pings coming down, but Shabazz will take out Skittles. And a strong attacking wrap coming out from Gunna. Now we will flip the sides. And Craze will have a chance to attack onto what is considered by a lot of people to be an attacker-sided map. But right now, the way that Gunna is just firing their primary weapons, the way that they're just shooting, it's going to be an uphill battle for them, especially being down 5-1.
Oh yeah, it's a tough deficit, but if they came together, pushed together, used their drones and stuff, I'm sure they could come back.
Definitely. There's always a chance in Rainbow Six Siege, no matter what you're on. We are going to see a 6 peek from Spawn Peek from the dock onto the Pulse. That is a very, very wise decision. Well, not too wise. I feel like a dock is very underrated on coastline defenses, but a Pulse is still arguably a lot stronger. Most teams will just straight up ban the Pulse away. There's just so many soft floors on these bomb sites. The C4 can be used, the UMP can be used. Just a good all-around operator to have.
Which he really is. He's another one of those intel gatherers.
Definitely. And I think that might be the theme of this defense, is how much can Taken Soul get out of these black-eye cameras, and how much can Spawn Peek get out of that Pulse. If Craze can roam clear him and peel him off below the theater, it's going to be a really, really good thing on their attack. And I think that's going to be their win condition, honestly.
Yeah, you have to clear out the Pulse from below. He's one of the bigger threats.
And this is such an interesting Vault Cam angle from Taken Soul, as it does look like he's attempting to throw that out of the messed up hatch. Let's see where this went, and that is going to go onto that ceiling. He is going to be able to see the perfect tarp. Really interesting spot for those of y'all watching at home. This looks like Shabazz did run out. He's getting pinged. You are detected. Maybe that's a spectator bug. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There's no way that's got to be a spectator bug.
I sure hope someone's not outside for this long and still alive.
I sure hope that it's just not that everyone's just constantly getting detected. It's pretty bad. One thing I do want to point out from Craze, though, as we still talk about their pick base, they did bring the Nomad. The Nomad is, I feel like, a very strong operator on Coastline, one of the best additions that kind of can counteract some of that aggression, especially onto the VIP balcony. And a really good, you could just plant those air jabs just about wherever. It looks like they all have gone down. We did not see where they went, but rest assured, they could be very, very influential in deciding how this round goes out. Skittles using that Twitch drone, attempting to get some utility off of the board for Craze, but just can't seem to get out of the bathroom as there are players just everywhere. Eventually will have his drone taken out by Takensoul, who will retreat back on into VIP. A very slow push coming out from Craze, very methodical, as Shabazz still is swinging a little bit onto this guitar door, still swinging a bit onto the bathroom door, as Craze still have not decided to drop it yet. They do know where Shabazz is. Godly has him on the pixel, but can't seem to land the shots. We do hear an air jab trigger. I'm not sure who that was. A C4 will go. That will not be planted. Skittles going to get the first kill of the round on the Slack. So with a minute left, Shabazz with some shots onto Big Window will be pushing up. There's an air jab there, though. Some damage being traded back. Shabazz will jump out of the Big Window, will hit the air jab, but I don't think he's going to be taken down just yet, as the Nomad did have to retreat onto the roof. Godly will take down Takensoul. Spawn Peak take down Ace. In the meantime, we're going to jump on board with Spawn Peak, as he is roaming so very deep on his pulse. Does have the long angle with that UMP45 that can be so lethal, so little recoil on that thing. A really good rate of fire for taking these long engagements. A lot of damage going down. A lot of damage going down. As Godly really picks back up, will flashbang into the penthouse, and it does look like the push is on. Wilkies is there, though, with the Alda. That's not very easy to push into at all. Godly flips the bathroom. Shabazz takes his body, and it's not looking good for the attack. Shabazz takes down Skittles, and the Alda is still in. Godly takes out Shabazz on the flank. Oh, will take down Wilkies on the nice flick, and he has to get the diffuser and get it planted. It's just him and Spawn Peak. The plant looks like it will go down. He will throw the flashbang, and the plant is going down. We're going to jump on board with Spawn Peak, see if he can possibly make it in there. Will shoot that Claymore, does move into the penthouse, but will find Godly just as the plant finishes. And a nice play coming out from Spawn Peak, as he will inevitably get the defuse and take the 6th round for Gunna, putting them on match point.
So as it did work for them, with it being 30 seconds on the clock and near the pulse, instead of taking those long engagements, do you just go hide, or do you jump downstairs instead and then wait underneath sight and go for the C4 throw?
You definitely could, but I also think you can't account for the really nice flick that Godly had onto the Maestro in the smoke. Like, they had numbers advantage, and at that point, I think Spawn Peak was pushing back over there. And honestly, Godly just made the play. An excellent two-piece coming out from him, as he is sitting at 5-2 and 7, top score-wise on his team, but Skittles leading the way with 7 kills. And Spawn Peak still at 11-4 and 3. Just a heavy, heavy fragger on the scene. Will 6-pick off of the Rook onto the Pulse, as we will head into match point.
So with the way they're pushing everything, I still don't understand the Capcan ban. Or was that Gunna who did the Capcan ban?
It might have been. I'm not really sure which side did it, but there are like no traps on the board. So there's a lot of real estate that can just be taken for free without any information. And the Legion ban, arguably the bigger of the two, you can take out those Capcan traps pretty quickly with an IQ. Because they don't move. The Legion mines can move all over the place. The one thing I am a little bit surprised to see is the lack of a Thatcher being brought. I feel like a Thatcher would be really, really strong. But then again, there's no traps to clear out. And Thatcher's so good at clearing out those traps almost immediately. We'll see Takensoul on this dock, as Gunna is maybe getting a little bit confident here, as he does look like he is going to attempt to peek. Now, I don't think there's anyone from Craze out here except for over here on the hookah balcony, as the site is on hookah. So Takensoul may be waiting for his opportunity, and here he goes. He might have that long angle, but it does look like he is going to be warded off by the Nomad, who will be pushing up on him. Very interesting fight here. If the Nomad can Nomad off some of these spots for Taken Soul to run out, that hookah balcony is going to be really tough. Skittles is a little bit exposed to him right here. Should Taken Soul attempt to run out, but it does look like he's going to not do that for now. Godly will trade Shabazz with the frag onto Skittles. A nice play from Echo. We're in a 3-4 situation, and it's not looking good for Craze. Slaxa will take out Godly, and it is just all falling apart here on the hookah balcony. And Slaxa on this Jaeger, able to do so much damage on the roam. Maybe getting another frag there, but Tiamat will take him out. That 5-5 XI, Taken Soul frag on a base. Taken Soul ran all the way around. Taken Soul will eventually get taken out by Tiamat, but Tiamat's the last alive. He's got one pushing in, and you're at 1 HP. You're on match point. It's not looking good. So he has to do a full reload of that gun and get out of there. Just got to plant the Claymore and hope for the best. No diffuser in his hands as well, and it's looking very, very desperate, especially against the 2 plant denial operators. Gunna still have an Echo and a Maestro on the board. They played their trades well, and now their hard angers are still on the field. Long-range trades coming out. The Bearing 9 coming out from, I believe, this is Shabazz, and it is attempting to get some of those shots out there as he will push the MP5 SD. Just potentially getting that frag right here as he will run outside of the objective. Pings coming out. Almost a handful, a little bit of a 360 coming out. Tiamat will get the frag though, but there's only a minute left. Diffuser's down, and he's got to get upstairs into a Maestro with 1 HP. If they sneeze on Tiamat, he will die. A stiff breeze could knock this man over HP-wise right now. Does look like this fight is going to go down on Cool Vibes. There's a nice quick peek from Tiamat, but will give away his position to Wilkins, who is just playing some good positioning coming out from the Thermite, though. But Wilkins will eventually get that sneeze and take him out. And that is Gunna with a strong win on Coastline.
Oh yeah, they really came and they showed up today.
Definitely agree, as we will check out the final score. Spawn Peak 3.0 kill to death, 12-4-4, a solid effort for his team. Just a really good play coming out, as we are going to get Spawn Peak in here for the interview. What's going on, Spawn Peak? How are you doing, my man?
Make sure you include your audio.
Definitely feeling good after a 7-1 win. A lot of aggression that y'all brought to the table today, especially with that Lion coming out. When that went unbanned, was that just a thing where you saw that this is available, so we're just gonna go for it?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been quite a gunner with Lion recently, so that's why I picked him. So, it was really just a personal pick for me, instead of like, oh, he's not banned, so.
Definitely. And moving on to round 3, what would you say is the strongest point of your team right now?
One of the strongest points I think for us is just like our random aggression. We have some pretty strong gun skill too, but we're pretty aggressive. That can be tamed, of course, but also we're a pretty unknown team, so I don't think other teams really know what to expect from us. Because, you know, this is like our first match of the league.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, Spawn Peak, you have 30 seconds to shout out whoever you want, as that will do it for us tonight on the Collective after this.
Shout out to Royal, the rest of the team, Team Craze, and everyone watching.
Thank you, Spawn Peak, and again, congratulations on your big win. Gunna moving on, and Craze dropping to the bracket. We will be back tomorrow with more Rainbow Six Siege on the Collective Esports. Be sure to follow all of us on all of our social medias, Collective_esports on all of them, if I'm not mistaken. Could be, who knows. We'll find out. All right, we are signing out. Y'all have a great day.
Is that all?